Alright guys, this is Subway here. There's a story behind this, and she's going to tell us a little bit about this spot here.
Okay, I finally figured out, after all that, how to just... how to really, say hi to the camera. Okay, so... It's so fucking funny, because this Subway here was so toxic, and come to find out, I rock at Subway. And thank God, like, my closest friends are, like, family.
How old was you when you worked here?
Well, how was I? Oh, gosh. Like, 19 or 20?
19 or 20.
But, where I live, in Cokato, over there, it just, like, I learned how to, basically manage a store, like, opening and closing. And then to the point where, I'm still, like, managing, like, different stores, even, like, farther out and branching out. But this Subway here, this is, like, either Subway or McDonald's is the only two options you have over here. Like, you've seen everything where it's very, very small, very secluded, where you have very minimal, like, job opportunities. It's either fast food or welding. This Subway here, I only got like 7 hours a week, and I knew something was wrong with, like, the way things were, like, managed here, because it's weird now knowing that, like, I know how to run a store, and I'm very passionate about customer care and, like, serving food, making sure customers are happy. But this Subway here, it was like everything I did was just wrong, and I remember being suspended for, like, and being, like, off the schedule, and I literally was like, why don't you just fire me altogether, right? And he was just like, I feel like he basically just needed someone, like, on the schedule so he didn't have to be there. Just a very weird man. Where, like, because it mattered if I put, like, the cheese on first, or the bacon, and then the cheese on first. And it was just, like, a lot of bullying, to the point where, like, we had, like, a couple sit-downs, to the point where he was just like, listen, even though I only worked 7 hours a week, mind you, he was just like, listen, Leticia, so when you work here, customers complain that you basically just stand there, stare off to space, and you're not doing anything, and they basically were just pissed off at, like, my presence. That's basically what the meeting was about. It's kind of like, even though I was trying to work my butt off, and even though, someone's like, no, do this, no, do that, they just kind of, like, I didn't really know what to do. But then I was doing something, but, like, you had these customers, like, calling the store and complaining because they did not like me, that much. It just did not make sense. And even, like, remember carving bread, like, no, do it this way. I remember just being told to carve bread, with the sandwiches, like, 2 different ways. And then the boss, he was just like, who told you how to do that? And I feel like it was some girl, I was like, oh, Ashley? Well, like, why would Ashley teach that? She wouldn't do it. Like, she wouldn't teach you the wrong way. This is how you do it the right way. And I just remember, like, the boss just, I remember this kid, like, I feel like he should be, like, a makeup guru. How, like, people on the internet, and, like, I love the gays. And, gosh, I love when people are beautiful. Like, they're beautiful and handsome at the same time. They do their eyelashes and makeup better than me. So there was a kid like that in high school. So, like, I remember I was out of high school, but, like, because the high school was across the street, when kids would come, and they would come over for the lunch break, buy a sandwich. This kid's makeup, the shit was pretty ill, with, like, the glitter and the eyelashes. And I said, ooh, I like your makeup. And he was like, oh, thank you. And the boss just stood there and said really loud, I didn't know he came out of the closet. And I was like, that's mean. And, of course, people gave me the filthiest look, like, how dare you call us out for our bullying? So how I came to an end with my Subway is that I basically told a family member, where are you? I'm waiting for you to take care of Grandpa and Grandma. Like, texting, like, I have a shift. Oh, I'm an hour away. It looks like I have to quit. Sorry. And then that was it, you know, because no job, no license, no nothing. So, yeah, that's basically it. And it's so weird coming back to, like, there's always, like, spaces and, like, spots where, like, I have a sadder story to tell. And I'm hoping I'm inspiring you guys that, like, I'm bubbly now because of the bullying, like the morphine and just like the the fuming like anger of people that wanted to bully me bad every day. There we go. So thank you. So your name's Chandler, 22 years old. Have you lived in Blue Earth your whole life?
I've actually don't live in Blue Earth, actually live in Winnipeg, but I went to school here.
You went to school here. Perfect. So describe to me what your life was like when you went to high school here.
The high school was mostly just hanging out with friends, doing sports stuff, really not really much. I mean, high school was fine. I didn't have a problem with it. Try to get involved as much as I could.
So would you say you had pretty good high school years, like good memories?
A couple of them were pretty nasty, but
I feel like a lot of us have graduated high school and then we see like the young babies going to school and then we hear their struggles. I mean, I feel like you only see like the white privileged rich kids, you know, having fun. When it turns out like that we all bullied each other and like for what, it's such a small town. And then I literally just got done doing my documentary work in Elmore. It's 10 minutes away where it's even smaller and like we're all meeting each other, you know, for what? And like we're all meeting each other, you know, for what? So what made you stick around?
so basically, I stick around because I'm going to college at MSU right now for medical lab science. So I just kind of stayed home and travel back and forth to Indiana for college just to kind of save money and stuff like that. I have friends that are going to college. So
Oh, yeah.
You guys that we just met.
I always wanted one of those things since I was 13 years old. So I just wanted to say that. Like, this is my dream. Okay, so.
So who do you have here with you today?
This is Nate Pepper, my cameraman. Yeah, I cannot thank you enough. I just keep holding this tissue, my God. I cannot thank you enough because you were just like so patient, especially my family members were like, no, come visit. And they just went right into like, Disa, I'm so glad that you left. And they gave me information I did not know for 20 years. And then they just wanted to have you chill and like watch TV and like make yourself at home. And it's just like my hopes and dreams, I never got a chance to like live that. You know, it's like other YouTubers are like, oh wow, you know, like it takes hours just for filming and like so much patience and so much like kindness and, you know, friendship. But my anxiety sometimes, you saw it like, you're like, oh yeah, I was through the roof, she was going like this a little bit. Especially the anxiety of like my dream right here, right now. I never got a chance to like live like my dream of filming. And then I literally said like 3 times, I'm like, aren't you, like, I'm scared you're just gonna be like, I'm bored, let's go home. And then, you know, just like pull the plug.
So
like,
what were you hoping to achieve today by coming down and what?
This. Like, this here right now. I wanted to be 100%, you know, honest about everything that went on. And like, there's hope after, you know, trauma. There's hope after COVID. Like I said on the phone in April, everyone's so sad about the world, you know, like morphine and like how we had to be quarantined for a month with COVID. Like, how about if you're quarantined for 20 years? You know what I mean? And like, life can be beautiful and precious, you know, and like live like, you want to get past trauma, just talk about it and have a good support group.
My visit here at Elmore was kind of like, wow, very small population and kind of looked very depressing. Like, you can see it like just by driving a lot of abandoned buildings and stuff like that. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of rough over here. So I was like, wow. And like she said, I met a auntie and an uncle, very nice people, you know, welcomed me in with open hands, and I appreciate that. Her grandfather too, very nice man, you know, and they was telling me some things about her childhood that I was like, wow, can't even imagine her going through that kind of stuff. So I was like, kind of shocking, but yeah.
Why you guys keep making me cry? Like, it just, like, it's because it's so positive, you know? And, like, I wish towns like this just, like, I wish evilness just didn't exist, you know, at all. Because you either could be like me, where, like, oh, gosh, I cannot wait just to make people smile every day and surprise them, you know, with the most thoughtful thing, like, you know, like chocolate, or, like, you know, or, like, a mug, or, like, you know, a hat, you know, and just be your true authentic self. Where, like, I never had someone to listen to me besides Becky. You know, I never had, like, friends at all until I moved, and I truly tried to just be like, well, I'm sorry you feel like that, and just be a true friend, because over there in Helmore, like, I call it Helmore, that's what I'm going to call it in my novel, of, like, you know, you cannot talk about depression and anxiety, even though that's how the town made you feel, you know, because you get screamed at, and, you know, get beat up, and you get bullied tremendously. It's like, it's horrible for the people that know that this place is not for them, but if you live a certain way, and if people like your family, and if you have money, I think people go to college and then they come back, but the other half will stay just because they're used to, like, the meth and the toxic situation, and they're used to, like, the cheap way, you know, of living. But that wasn't for me.
Can I just say I'm so proud of you,
Oh.
and you look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Cool. You know, that didn't happen for me. I mean, who would want to go to house?
So my thing is, how did you like overcome your suicide watch? Like, what made you like stop doing that? And you know,
I basically had hope and faith. That's basically why I've been asking people, what does hope and faith mean to you? Like, there's gotta be.
does your grandpa like play like a role in that to like give you like disappear, like kill yourself? Don't you think that would affect your grandpa? You know? Like
Yeah, that's
family
basically
member?
what kept me alive, especially back then. Oh, thank you. I don't know. Anything you want to talk about?
Well, you know, and what I want to say, yeah, you help take care of your grandmother the best you knew how. Yeah, you knew how to take care of her, and you did a good job. You're a good granddaughter to me and my wife, and I love you for it.
I love you
And I
too.
always will. And if your grandma was here, she would say the same thing. And I should thank you for that, to help take care of her and her needs that she needed daily, every day.
Yeah, you're my best friend in the entire world.
Yes, and that's nice to know.
What does hope and faith mean to you?
It means a lot.
Because you said you've been through hell and back.
That's right. I lost my leg when I was 21 years old. Your grandma had a brain operation, so we both went through hell and back. But we stuck together, and I love room more.
You loved her more and more every day.
Yes, exactly right.
So when you and Grandma would have a hard time, or when you were having a hard time, what would you do to make things easier and get through a bad day?
We talk about it.
Talk about it?
Yes. Because two heads are better than one.
Two heads are better. Good. Support team. What does hope mean to you on a bad day? Yeah, hope.
You know, I think my definition of hope has changed over time. Before, it basically meant that I needed to, faith, to have faith. And then that was like a mixture of praying too, so to have faith and pray and to hope or whatever. To me now, what I'm really hoping is something for people to, like you just, you can't just rely on hope. You gotta work for that stuff. You gotta keep working. You need to work to gotta work on yourself. It's not just something that can be hopeful all the time. You gotta work for it. You know,
Well, thank you. What does hope and faith mean to you?
What does it mean to me?
Yeah.
To me, hope and faith would mean like if you're in a rough situation, hope would be like you're hoping for the best outcome. Or like you're hoping that something happens this way instead of the other way, I don't know, something like that. And then faith would be like to have faith in somebody that they're not gonna like double cross you or turn on you or something.
Do you think that they go together?
Yeah.
They definitely can. One of my favorite sayings.
Hi, Dominic.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine, I
I'm just.
guess. Hello. So ask a question.
Okay, what does hope and faith mean to you?
Well, hope to me is kind of like where you get to in life. It usually helps people get out of a hard spot with their life. Like myself, I've gotten out of a hard spot in my junior year just in one phone call to give me a lot of hope. Pursued that, held it, and kept going on.
So you have hope and faith that National Guard is right for you.
They gave me the hope to keep going on. Because like I said, I was in a not good spot.
Yeah.
They've showed me that if you keep the hope, I don't know, it can bring you a long way.
Yeah, it definitely can.
Like even just positivity about it.
My to-do list and exercise is a huge thing for daydreaming. I kid you not. Well, I'm proud of you, buddy, for going in National Guard. I'm gonna miss you a lot. You've been a really good friend of mine. What does hope mean to you?
Hope means that there's always a chance for things to get better, that tomorrow is a new day, and as long as you're not stuck in your head thinking the worst of everything and thinking that tomorrow is going to be the same stuff over and over again, that's what's going to cause you to be depressed and anxious and, hate tomorrow. But if you're thinking that tomorrow's a new day, this could be an awesome day, something beautiful could happen today that didn't yesterday.
I literally have had that mindset. I mean, it took me 2 solid years to really rewire my brain and not like wanting to argue with like really close family members, and like maybe something god awful is going to happen, just because it was like so awful for me for so long. And I definitely feel like this year I'll just like pray every morning or every other morning and like, man, something awesome is gonna happen today. And like, I know sometimes I'm in people's faces, you know, with like, not in their faces, but like my cheerfulness can be like a lot. But it definitely helps like a couple months zoom by and it's like, man, you know, just things have been going really good.
But you also got to understand that with a lot of people, what you don't realize about your happiness and everything, that even if people around you are in a bad mood or anything, your spirit and hope of keeping going and thinking the best of everything is what's going to make them feel better and keep going.
Well, thank you. I definitely need to go to work out when I get that posted. But what does hope and faith mean to you?
Hope really means to me like you like believe in something, you hope that it happens, like you want it to happen.
So it doesn't have to be religious. It's like, ugh, they grow up so fast. So what does hope and faith mean to you?
Well, hope it's something I wish for, and I don't know, it's really hard to explain. Put me on the spot here. But I guess I'm just trying to get ready to think about that question.
When you wish upon a star, like, it's just like you really like wish that like this happens, or like does it leave you daydreaming?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does. I really do daydream when I wish and hope.
I look at like hope and faith like it doesn't have to do with religion.
Oh,
It just gets what keeps a person's, you know, spirits up, what keeps them positive. You know, so it just like define the dictionary. You know, I literally asked like 7 people and each answer is so different, including my grandpa's. So you know what I mean? So I love that because hope and faith can keep you alive.
it really. Those words and just for me it's hard to put into words of how to explain it. It's more of like a feeling and shape. It reminds me of like a blossom flower. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it totally like, you know, makes sense. Sing to him, and yeah, it's so crucial for like good support group, because I feel like that's where the success comes in. I mean, especially with Dominic. I mean, I look up to that kid. I told him that I said, I'm gonna miss you, buddy, and I'm proud of you. My goodness, it's just so much positivity going around.
Yeah, just like a lot of positivity going on.
So, what does hope and faith mean to you?
Hope and faith, it's kind of like, I would say like for me, it's like the feeling that like, that pushes you and that like makes you want to do like the great things. And like, hope for me also is just like, I see hope in like other people. I see hope with just all around you, just like what things like you look for that can like give, like inspire people, that make people happy. Like anything and anything can be someone's hope.
Oh yeah, now you know. What does hope and faith mean to you?
I think hope is just the desire to keep going on. Like, not give up. You know, always have hope. No matter how bad it gets, you're always going to get somewhere.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think God plays a role in like there is hope, or do you think you have to find that hope on your own?
Hope,
Yeah. Do you think they go together?
I think they also do. But yeah, I think that big part is very important. For me, it's not. Everybody's got a different relationship with God.
It definitely is.
And opportunities. There's always opportunities. So when I think of hope, I also think of opportunity. So if I'm going through a tough spot, we all do. Don't feel alone in that. Just look at this growth pains.
opportunities to do better.
I definitely, God